Hey, what is going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for another episode of the Norwich City Fanvent calendar, brought to you guys by Credo Asset Finance. I hope you guys are doing really well. Today I'm back for a Q&A. Today's Q&A is a bit different. I always like answering your guys' questions, mainly because I always like to watch Q&As, and I think you get to know the creator a bit more, and I'm always conscious about you guys knowing as much about me as possible. So I went to you guys and asked for some questions, more about like college and life and work, basically, more than the football. So let's get straight into it. So Charlie at Redmond with an X in, is hipster. I've said it before, but he knows who he is. Good old Charlie. He asked, what do I study at college? First year of AS, I've done television and film production, sociology and business. This television one is like 2 blocks. So it's like worth 2 A-levels pretty much, or it's like a BTEC diploma. It doesn't really equal out to 2 A-levels, but you know what I mean. And I've done business and sociology. I dropped sociology, don't know why, I got a really good grade. And I'm doing business again this year and sociology last year. So this year I'm doing television and film production and business, and it's just a really nice mix because I get to be hands-on and stuff and editing all the while, and also getting like a bit of theoretical business side, which I'm quite interested in. So it's a really good mix. Once again, Charlie asks, how many hours a day do I spend making videos? And this really does depend. I've tried throughout the whole of 2015 to upload pretty much daily. And I've done that fairly well. I mean, on Saturdays, I'll normally upload about 10 to 15 videos. On a Saturday, I will spend about 8 hours making videos. So I'll prep in the morning, do a couple of hours of prep, and then the game will finish about 5, and then I'll probably edit until about 12 to 1 o'clock in that morning. So it's quite time consuming on a Saturday. On a weekday, the average video takes about 3 hours to make. So I would say anywhere between 3 and possibly 10 hours a day making videos. Yeah, it's pretty time consuming. Hannah Lloyd asks, if I was asked to go and I'm a celebrity, would I? Of course I would. Who wouldn't want to go and I'm a celebrity? 1, it's a massive pay packet for basically going on holiday. 2, you get to meet awesome people. And 3, it just looks really good fun and you get to meet some awesome people. So yeah, I'd definitely go and I'm a celebrity. If you're watching ITV, get me on. So Hannah Lloyd is back once again and asks, favourite YouTuber? I think I've answered this before, but I mainly watch like sport videos. So I watch all the fan channels, so like Blue Moon Rising, Full Time Devils, Redmen TV, Arsenal Fan TV, all of the fan channels, basically because I want to know what's going on with other clubs. That's kind of like recreational watching and kind of a bit of homework for me as well to know what's going on. And then in terms of just great YouTubers, you got obviously like Casey Neistat, Ben Brown, Jack Mate, who's really good in part of the Norwich sort of YouTube scene as well. Just loads of really good content creators. I can't name them all, but mainly the sports guys and all the fan channels because I know how tough it is and they all do excellent jobs. Thomas Kemp asks, football or beer? If it's a good game, football. If it's a bad game, beer. I was obviously I've just turned 18, so at the Watford game I could get some drinks in, and I was so glad I wasn't sober for that first half. I can't really remember much of it, but it was definitely beer that day. But obviously, like Wembley, football. I love football and I love beer, so it's both. Nick Mobin asks, the best achievement in YouTube. Now, that's a tough one. I've had loads and loads of cool opportunities arise from YouTube. I think probably the best one for me is I'm now starting to turn YouTube into like a career, and that's nuts because it's just crazy to think that me rambling about Norwich City can bring me these opportunities. Like, I'm now really good friends with my idols, and I think that's when you get to that position in life when your idols become your friends. It's a really weird situation to be in because these are the people you've looked up to all your life, and now you're like they're at the end of the phone or at the end of a DM or something. That's crazy. That for me is an achievement to make that possible. Other things, working in London for the whole of the summer off the back of YouTube and earning, you know, money and spending time with influential creators and just doing what I love to do. Working with like Credo and a lot of Norwich-based companies creating things all off the back of YouTube. Becoming one of Norfolk's top young leaders. I was voted one of Norfolk's top young entrepreneurs. Just loads of different things, like presenting for Ball Street over the summer for their transfer stuff, doing a bit of work with like Simon Thomas and Jake Humphrey. And that's all because of you. Like, if you didn't watch my videos and if you didn't like them and comment on them and share them about, that wouldn't be possible. So that's kind of crazy that all of my opportunities are because of you guys. And I thank you so, so much for that. Amy Mahone asks, what is your advice to anyone about to join college? Yeah, an interesting one. But when I was going through the process of like applying for colleges and going for what courses, it was quite a daunting process. Any kind of next stepping stone on is always a daunting process, but also an exciting one as well. For me, it was all about picking the right courses and also going to a college where the atmosphere felt right. I went to quite a few open days, I think maybe 5, and the college I went to and I'm at now is the college that I felt most comfortable at. The atmosphere suited me best and the courses were the best. I went to a lot of different open days, all with the same kind of courses, and picked the one I'm at now because the atmosphere was the best, the people around me were really cool, and that's the best reason. So my advice would be, 1, pick the right courses. 2, don't follow your mates. It's probably best to break away from them and make new friends, but keep your old friends as well, of course, because network and all that is just invaluable. And pick somewhere where you feel comfortable at and where the atmosphere suits you, because loads of different colleges have different atmospheres, and that's the different thing than high school. Everywhere has its own kind of personality, and I think that's really important. So go there, look around, pick the courses, and yeah, just enjoy it really. Once again, Amy Mahone asks, what is one thing you change about your channel? I wish I had more time to make videos, and that will probably be possible next year. I'm not going to university. I'm going to concentrate on YouTube and freelancing and all of that stuff, so I'll have more time. One thing I'd change, I definitely want to get a studio and more people involved, like people sitting here on every video, but that's not possible at the moment. I want a studio set up. I want, a TalkNorwichCity branded studio. I want to bring out merchandise. I want a website. I want to help out youngsters who are wanting to get in the same area as this, and just improve my videos, because I feel like I'm doing well at the moment and I'm churning out what I can, but I know I can step that up. So for me, investing more time into it, investing more money into it, and just seeing where it can go really, and just speaking to loads of really cool people and getting more fans involved and making this whole thing like a community rather than more centered about me, which I think I've done really well this season, but I want to do that more in 2016 and going into like the next season as well. Dominic asks, where do you want to be in 5 years' time? I'm going to be 23 then, that's kind of scary, but I want to be in a position where I can support myself with a job, and I want that job to be something that I've worked hard for. So like TV, radio, something in the sports media, something in that sort of department, like the dream job, but not quite there. So 5 years time, might still be doing YouTube, not sure. It might have taken off, it might not have done, who knows. But I want to be in a position where I'm earning decent money, enjoying myself, and just having a good time really. Right, I'm gonna make this the final question, and it's once again from Hannah Lloyd. She asks, what video am I most proud of? I think I've answered this before, and I think I said the Grant Holt interview, and I think that's definitely up there. One, because Grant Holt was a man who, in my era, is the biggest Norwich City player we've ever had. In my era, and probably in the club's history, the way he turned our fortunes around with like Wes Hoolahan and Paul Lambert. But in terms of like a group of videos, I'd probably say my videos from Wembley, mainly because it was such a momentous day for Norwich City, and all of the hype and all of the buzz, I felt like I caught the atmosphere really, really well. I put, I think, 4 videos out from that day. Probably that was the best ever month for me in terms of stats. We hit over 150,000 views that month. We gained over 500 subscribers, and I think that was because it was such a big day and I captured it to the best of my ability. The match day experience was good, the celebrations was good, the pub stuff was good. It just all came together really nicely and rounded off what had been a very up and down season for me and the football club in a really nice way. So I'd say the Wembley videos are the videos I'm most proud of. I'm really proud of the videos with like Simon Thomas as well. All of the fan cams I do take a lot of hard work and always captures the atmosphere really nicely, and that's something I'm always very conscious about, is creating the atmosphere and making it feel like you're at Norwich City and getting the fans' opinions. I think YouTube is a great platform for that, and I'm always conscious about editing my videos in a certain way and releasing them in a certain way and recording them in a certain way to do that. So Wembley videos are up there. The Grant Holt interview was massive for me, and all the stuff with like Simon Thomas and that. So that's it, I guess. Big thanks to Crew Asset Finance for sponsoring this Norwich City Fanvent calendar. A big thank you to everyone who put some questions in. I hope you guys know me a bit better, know my thoughts a bit better, and the way I think a bit better. That's kind of the outcome from that. And yeah, just a big thank you for watching this video. Leave it a like and leave it a comment if you want. Big thank you. See you later.